Welcome everyone to Joey's Random Vlogs. As a recording of today, it is July 4th, 4th of July 2026. And today is not only 4th of July, but it is the 250th anniversary of these United States of America. And today we are in Schoharie, New York at the Stone Fort Museum. So we're going to look around. Right here is a plaque behind me. We're going to be filming that and a couple of other things. There's a lot to see around here, so stay tuned. And I'm inviting you to come along. Will you? Here's one side plaque. I can't get up there because of it being very grassy. And I think actually it goes further down. I think it does. Up there is all the cemetery. There's a cemetery up there. We're going to possibly walk through there. So we have a lot to discuss and do. More of doing than discussing. We're going to figure out and see what we can find. They also are going to be doing a special reading of the Constitution ceremony, which we'll be participating in as well. Pam's Park down the road there. We have another plaque over here to look at. Civil War nurse as well. I'm not going to read these, but you can pause the video and read them. Again, that's just outskirts of the cemetery. I don't know how far back it goes, but they're doing the ceremony right over there in that area. They're doing the ceremony. So I'm going to go back to the car and see if I'm ready to go in and how we're going to do this. And right next to where my car is parked, we have a stone building. I do not know if you can go in it or not. Some of them you can go in, so we're gonna, I don't think so, because as you can see, wait, maybe misspoken. I do not know if you can go in here. And what is this building? I don't know if you can go in it. I don't think so. No, I don't think you can go in there. And then there's another cemetery right over there as well. And right there is where they're going to be doing it. The ceremony. And I don't know if that sign, this sign here, is for this building or not. Or it's for, I don't think it's for that building because the sign is over there for that one. Alright, let's look around the cemetery and see what they got. Let's see how far back it goes. And that's the flagpole there, and then we have this over here. In between the cannons. This is the seating. There's the cannonballs. There's 2 of them. Again, if you want to pause the video to read this, you can. And there's another plaque on this side. Hopefully we don't get no rain, because it was rain in the schedule. Weather Channel said that we might get some rain. There's a stone for the Korean War, in memory of all those who served, graves their lives in this conflict. I know I kind of got sidetracked then. I was supposed to go to the cemetery and walk all the way back and get an overview of it. I will be going back. The museum is open. Please come in. I will have to let Pam know about the museum. That's this building right there. This building is the museum. And on the back of that one stone of the Korean War, all the men and women who served. And as you can see, this cemetery goes on both sides. It's pretty massive. Back side of the stone fort. Actually, where's the sign? There's a sign all the way in the back, in the nook of the building. There's a sign. Above, cannonball hole made when the fort was attacked by the British and Indians under the St. John Johnson Indian chief Joseph Burr during the riot of 1780. Where's the bullet hole? Oh, there's the cannon hole. Look at that, right up there. Can you see the cannon hole? That's gotta be it. I don't see anywhere else. Right up there, the sun glare, sorry. Right there is a cannon hole. Right there is an original cannon hole when this fort was under attack. That is amazing. And if you didn't walk back here, you wouldn't have noticed. That's why I try to explore all areas of places, because you never know. Exactly, right there, you never know. Let's go up on top of this mound and get a different view of the hole, because that's history right there. And as you can see, the cemetery goes all the way back, all the way back. Looks like this is a little ATV trail. You kind of get lost, really, if you think of it. I don't want to leave Pam in the car too long, but I'm trying to take advantage of the area and capture as much as I can. And again, this is in Schoharie, New York. Well, look at that stone. I'm gonna actually go over to that stone because that is a really cool stone. Not to say that there's only one cool stone. There's a bunch of cool stones. Fisher, but that is a cool stone. Are they all the same saying around it? Nope, it says different stuff on each corner. Now let's get back to Pam. She's probably wondering, where the heck am I? Because I walked quite a way. Well, let's get the sign. We're back on the road and on the other side of the cemetery. We were all the way back there. Let's get a thumbnail. I think a thumbnail would be good right near the sign. There we go. There's the bridge number 1 of Town of Schoharie, 1982. It is only a walking bridge. You know me about bridges, though. Especially this one. I don't know. Hi.
Mom, why don't we cut them here so that we're a little bit closer?
This is a little park beside it. I do not know how far down it goes, actually. Look at the mini lawn chairs. There's 2 of them. It's a pretty cool bench. It looks like it goes way back, but I left Pam in the car over there. Should we go over there and film that? Let's get closer to that. Getting my steps in today, I'll tell you that. Let's see if we can get close to that. Again, we did not go into the museum yet. I don't know if I'm going to climb this steep hill. See how steep it is. It looks like they're renovating it. That's what Zoom was made for. I could go up higher, but do I wanna? I don't want to slip on the grass. Nah. Here's the old schoolhouse. I think we can walk in this. Can you go in here?
Actually, if you move it, let's go in the next building. Go out there. Let's go out the back.
So that's for two people, two kids. This is what it would be if you were in school. I feel like I'm back in school again. I would be in the back of the class, just little FYI. I'd be the first one to raise my hand and be, teacher, I need help. Which way should I go out? Oh, let's go this way. And that right there that's an old barn. And right here would be the outhouse for the school. So if the students had to use the bathroom, that's what it looked like.
No, correct. So if you notice, I have dress form. I throw farmer's mark on it. I wear my standard clothes, and I most likely just throw that on. You got it. It's called a hunting frost. We've forgotten all that because now we just build. I like a house that looks like this, and then everybody uses the same air conditioning, the same heating units. But back then, the houses had to reflect what worked in the climate, you know, that people lived in. So,
Can I walk around?
what's that?
Can I walk around?
Of course.
Oh, okay, all right. No, I didn't want to disturb you.
No, go ahead.
So is this just mud, or does it have like straw or?
I don't know. I think there's a section of the wall that's exposed when they were showing to see the woggle. Let's take a look in here. Isn't there a section that they have exposed? No, I don't see it. No, they closed it all up. All the, yeah, there's other buildings where you can see that. You know, so if we dug, that's an original. This is not. This is not. That's newer. So, you know, if you dig, that's what the archaeologists want to find out, you know, like older homes. What was the original wallpaper, if there was? Because you could still find it. People would put paper on top of paper. So if you're doing layers, you can kind of, oh, the original one had flowers. So yeah, these walls were originally wattle and daub. And it was the quick way to build, because the structure is just the beams, right? And the walls are not structural, they're not holding up, this wall is not holding up the building. If I went and broke this for whatever reason, building doesn't care, not gonna collapse. This is post and beam construction. And it's been around for centuries. Like I said, Europe still has a lot of buildings like this. And, you know, you might say, you know, sort of low ceilings maybe, where you would think it's a low ceiling. And, well, the lower ceiling was especially indicating that maybe you lived in a winter environment. When the winter hits here, you know, it's so beautiful. You know, I've been living here only 23 years, but you see all this green, and it's really beautiful. Yeah, come here in the winter. It's all white, and you're freezing everywhere, and you just want to keep warm. So they built lower things to keep the heat in. A lot of times you'll see the older buildings will have, oh, I forget what they call them, eyebrow windows. So, you know, you see a floor from the outside, but when you see the upstairs, there's these little windows like this, and then if you ever go in one of the old houses, that little window upstairs is on the floor. It's on the floor. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna stand here and look out a window. It's for air ventilation, and yes, the ceiling is lower there too, to keep the heat in, because that's where you'd sleep, upstairs. Snuggle, everybody would snuggle together. So. Somebody also came in here and mentioned about, is this one of those buildings where they had the animals on the first floor? No. But that was also done in Europe for centuries, where you would live only on the top floor, and the animals there was a barn in here, because the heat rises from the animals. That's going to be a cold climate when, you know, you have a real cold climate. And, you know, you don't need it in the summer, but they probably have really worse winters than we do.
And they use hay for bedding as well. Yeah,
Exactly.
because hay kept the heat in.
So, any questions?
Yes.
Sometimes,
much,
yes,
yeah.
she would. But for me,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
much.
Yeah, so cupboards were,
And I don't
were you know,
have,
you
so
could
I
carry
can't,
them.
I
I
can't
visited
afford
these
my job. If I might have my props moving by people who maybe come every so often and we set up shop in the pasture and we bring all
Again, I'm here at this Schoharie, New York, at the Stone Fort Museum, and I'm here with. Your name is Herman.
My name is Ken
Ken.
Nichols, and
Okay.
I'm just a reenactor here.
Yes, and you're a good reenactor because I just came in the building and I was astounded by the knowledge, you know.
Yeah,
and,
well, my
and stuff
background
they
is
said.
architecture, and I love history and history of architecture. So, you know, I'm glad to tell people what I know about the structure here. It's an old building.
Yeah, I was just walking through here and I was looking around and I kind of know the gist of like the low ceilings because heat rises and such.
That's
but
right.
it's always cool to educate people that may not know that and how the walls aren't real walls. They're basically like almost like dung, almost like the mud.
Yes, you can. Yeah, the walls are not supportive.
Yeah.
The only thing that holds this building up are the beams and
Yep.
the posts.
Yep.
And that's why they call it post and beam construction.
Yep. And that's why sometimes
And
when you see-
the walls are simply a insulation against the cold or
Yep.
the heat.
So-
And so that you use mud.
Yep. And in hurricanes, if there was tornadoes, the foundation would stay, but everything else would be gone.
It's unknown.
Oh, it's unknown.
Well, depending on
Yeah.
how severe the hurricane.
That's true too.
Well, we would get a tornado. I don't know about a hurricane.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I love going to these places and finding people that interacted with it
Right.
because I've been to other museums where it's like there's nothing, it's like a self-guided tour, and when there's actual people dressed in period clothing, it just makes the immersion more. It makes
Good,
it more
good.
like
Yes.
you're living in it. Like I just went to the schoolhouse and I was loving it because it had the sound effects and it felt like I
Yeah, and
was
if I
walking
may,
back in
that's,
time.
you know, I can touch upon that subject in another way, is that, you know, families are changing and not necessarily for the better.
Yes.
When I grew up, you had what's called an extended family. In your family, you had your parents, but you also had their parents.
Yep.
And maybe their parents, as well as you know, what we call uncles and aunts. You know, you had sisters and brothers.
Yep.
So you had in your house growing up many years worth of people going back. Like my grandmother was born in 1900.
Yep.
So when she was a little girl, 12 years old, she was contemporary with the sinking of
Yep.
the Titanic.
Wow.
So it's not something, when you grow up in an extended family, you're talking to time.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
time through your family.
Yeah.
And we've lost some of that because if you don't talk to the older people, you know, around you and
You
in
don't-
your own
yep.
family, you're not getting a sense of how they used to live and where we come from.
Yep.
You know, how
like
we
when I used to
developed.
talk to my grandfather about the war and what he went through with the depression.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm not gonna bring out stuff, but like I'm watching the Waltons.
Sure.
Because I like to see how people lived back then.
Right.
And because I know my grandfather lived through that, but I never
Exactly.
did.
Yeah.
So even though it's a television show, but it still touches on subjects that I've never experienced.
Right.
You
And
know?
that's the good thing about, you know, having a family or talking to older people who have experienced stuff before you were born. And they can transfer that knowledge to you.
Yep, and then you express it to others.
Yeah,
Well, it was
exactly.
very nice talking with you.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see what else goes on
Yeah,
today
there's a
around
lot
here.
of stuff out there.
And
Go and enjoy.
I might actually come and visit again.
Okay, good.
So enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank
Stay
you.
cool because I know it's
Okay,
hot.
yeah, we're trying.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
And there you go. You heard it straight from the guy himself. Found another building. Just stepped over a rock. I was gonna say ran over, but this is the Warner House. Circle 1830, moved in 1972 from the site of Biology Museum is Greek rival architect. And let's get the outside first. And let's go in. All microphones. Look at that old transistor.
Yeah, it's like a letter decoding thing there. The papers are in the museum. Record player.
Sheet movies.
Okay, look at these old telephones. Telephones look like this. Telephones look like this.
Projectors. These are what projectors used to look
You
like.
need to go potty? You look like you need to go potty. Okay, let's go.
And that's what they used to like dynamite. It looks like what? Sorry.
That's our light bulb throughout the
By the time I got in college, I still am. Because I have to remember to not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. You have to find special pictures.
Radios.
I don't know. It's a big cool record player. Yeah, it's a record player. It's got put a disc on it, with lots of grooves in it, and a needle, and it spins around. There's a
Oh,
little
I actually thought you were good. Wait,
and
yeah,
the
it's my
needle
plastic
is
bag, so
the
it's
disc, and it
I was
reads on
completely
the
blocked
lines.
off as well.
That's like from the army. Cameras.
Probably.
Yeah,
It's like
well,
the size of my iPad.
as long as you found an area where you can see it. Okay, alright, that's fine.
See what you think.
It's like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah, I'll just stay here. Yeah, it'll become part of the, I'll be an exhibit.
Yeah, they're like, where's
They're gonna do the Declaration of Independence reading in about 2 minutes. So we gotta pick a section of where they're gonna do it. I think this is a good seating. I think this building is now open. I don't know if you can go in it, but we're gonna see it because the doors are now open. Okay, there's another building that I totally forgot to do because they said they were going to do the reading of Declaration of Independence now, but then now they're going to hold off for another, I think, hour. So we have this building right here, this white building that I have not been in yet. And this says the Jackson Law Office, circa 1830. Law was practiced in the building in Gilboa in the mid-1850s. Later served as a courthouse and polling station. Oh wow, this is the old, I think, yep, polling booths. Look at that. You got Republican, Democrat, Independent, and Conservative. And that's how you voted. And I think you pull this right here to put your vote in. An old bell. Look at the floor. That's got to be original. It's got to be original. So this was a law office. Pay what you wish. There's the old gavel. Check it out. Look at these old handcuffs. Enrollment backs. Wow, the floor is creaking. And this would be the law office desk. Look at the old books. Look at the cast iron furnace, wood stove. Some old books. And there's the voting box, I think. I don't know. Where you pay your tickets. Look at that desk. Used in the old Schoharie County Creek office. That's what that said. I had to turn my head almost sideways. Abraham Lincoln, look at that. That's an old Schoharie paper. Well, Abraham Lincoln for president and vice president. Wow. What's the date? I can't get the date. I can make it out. I can't make it out. bell. That's the housing for the bell. Bell from Old Schoharie Academy, built in 1835. That was the housing for it. Smoking of the bell weed of tobacco is prohibited in this shop. The rule applies to no smoking. Learning all kinds of history. Now I think we're gonna go into the museum part and see what's going on in that building. And we might end it with the reading. As always, you can pause whenever I record a sign. I will not be reading them all. I don't read all signs. Sorry, but it's too much.
Some of these loyalists, they did a lot of things that you just don't want back. These people would usually be incarcerated and executed for some of the things that they did anyway, war or no war. But it's under the war is when old grudges came out. So a lot of these Tories, they aren't going to be welcome back. But a lot of them also organized armed groups to join other loyalists. Those are the ones who had their property confiscated.
This was after the Declaration.
After the Declaration, during the war and after the war. In New York, a lot of these loyalists tried to come back. Many of them went to Canada while the war was going on. And a lot of the raids out here were literally to get people's families escorted out of what they would consider enemy territory. So the raids become part of that story. So these people go up to Canada. Now after the war in 1783 and 84, a lot of them tried to come back. And many of them were allowed to come back. But you might not have your property still, because it was confiscated throughout the war. Some of it was used to pay for the war itself. Sale of things were used for that. But other than that, when people did try to come back, some did. Some were not welcome at all. They weren't always the worst ones. It's just sometimes the reputation is more than the truth.
Kind of like cool things, right?
Fair enough.
That's the arm. Giraffes from underwater.
My father actually had some of these from the war. Bayonets.
That's about what we have here. So far, how about we do the right number? 85.
Thank you.
Do it with the squid.
Put it on and do it, carry on. Maybe about 40, maybe. So,
You want to cut it or shrink it?
Actually, one of my cats, she loves to watch YouTube. So last night I watched Robert Porter Peterson and the Birds. The cat was just laying on the floor watching that. It was really great watching her, you know? Yeah, cat TV, you know? She's only cat, I got 3 cats. And she just loves watching it. Sometimes
It was actually person drawn. They couldn't get horses. Yeah, one person grabbed this side, one grabbed that side, and then bucket from the he wasn't going to pour water in the front and in the back. And of course, it was fueled by
Famous right from them.
up and down. The water would from that hose, and that hose I think had an extension at one point. Yeah, I think the water pressure was fairly decent.
Really?
Yeah, from what I read, but still, I think this was better at containing fires and filling them out. Just because, like, so fires would get huge, and some buildings they had to unfortunately let burn, but they could at least get everybody out and stop the fire.
That's what happened with a cannonball hits wood.
What's that? Super interesting. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. We're pretty certain these wheels are not original, because there were, you'll notice against it, there's like some wood chafing against the wood. So we're thinking that the original ones would have like 1.5 times bigger. These ones had trouble turning, so they had to like modify it and use smaller wheels. That's the point. I don't know when that happened, but that's when we're thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots to see up there. Check out the hair wreaths. Those are pretty creepy. They're wreaths made out of hair. Yeah, well, when you go upstairs, look on this wall, against this wall, above a case. Just when you get up to the stairs, they'll be up on that side. There's like, I think 6 of them. Yeah, human hair. It's a Victorian era kind of thing. So what they would do is they would save the hair from a brush, like say your hair. And then when that person passed on, they would take all this hair that they collected and weave it into this wreath. And then put it in a glass cabinet to preserve for, you know, as a memory to the person. Yeah. Yeah. So it's one of the things I like to point out up there, because it's sort of, you know, weird. Yeah, not the bar standards, you know. But Victorian, I think that was kind of, you know, they did things like that.
Yeah.
I've seen. Right, exactly that. Yeah. That's kind of creepy too, right? The person sitting there with their eyes kind of like half open and is dead. And you got the whole family sitting around like they're getting ready for tea or something. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, up on Mountain Avenue or Mountain Road or whatever they call it. Hopefully the weather will be good so we can do it outdoors. Yeah. It's a beautiful spot. It's like so sublime when you're up there with like all the puffy clouds, blue sky, and you're looking down into the valley. And in the meantime, there's like these ravens like circling around. Yeah. It's just like, it's sending you into a zone like that. Yeah.
Actual dug shells.
Yeah, I really like ravens. Me too. Me too. Something about them birds. Yeah, they're a little bigger than crows, but they are.
Wrong way.
Have a throatier kind of sound. Yeah. When they call out, but they also do this call. It almost sounds like a laugh. Yeah.
Hit the hammer.
Yeah. I'm probably killing it. I don't know if it's a raven fly saying, keep trying. Yeah.
We had a nest in one of our barns a couple of years ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
They had
That's special.
Gas masks.
And the following year, one of the adults died.
Oh.
I don't know what happened to it. We found it dead on top of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was eating or anything. It was just,
Unless it ate something poisonous or something.
I don't know.
I mean, just scattering it, basically.
Well,
Carrying it.
they didn't come back to the nest after that.
Oh. So maybe something traumatic happened there or something. Welcome, folks. How you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm good. You believe, huh? I like that.
Today's donation.
Yes, it's paid by tuition. So you can just put it right in their jar here. Whatever you feel appropriate.
Thank you.
There's no obligations there, but thank you so
Yeah,
much.
no worries, thank you.
Right.
Thanks for having us.
Hi, you're welcome. So let me give you just one of these. This kind of gives you a little overview of what we have here. So right here, you're in.
Oh, that's amazing.
This is the old stone fort, or it was built in 1772 as a Dutch Reformed church. And it served as a church until about 1844 when the congregation split and they formed two new congregations. After that, it was kind of not used much. Eventually fell into somewhat of a disrepair. In 1857, the state of New York purchased it from the county. And during the Civil War period, they used it as an arsenal armory. They even had a National Guard unit stationed here. They would do drills out in the field and upstairs. And you'll see dates from like 1890s, early 1900s, right up through to the teens and stuff. And not just from the local areas, but Schenectady, New Jersey, places like that. And now we have a modern guest book over there that you can sign if you'd like.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. All right.
Thank
If
you.
you got any other questions, feel free to ask us, okay?
Okay, thank you. I have a first question.
Yeah.
Do you have a restroom in here?
Oh, yes, just go to that exit sign here. There's two restrooms in there.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I did not notice that. I
Yeah.
filmed all of these and did not
Sure.
notice there were names
Yeah,
written
that's
on the
why I
wall.
point it out all the time because
Wow.
people don't see it, you know. 'cause
No.
It's not that legible,
No.
you know, it's not that noticeable.
No, I didn't notice that until I heard you, and I was like, "Oh cow!"
Yeah.
I just missed history, a
Yeah.
part of history. Did not know.
Yeah, you know, it's like an inherent human thing. Like you
Yeah.
want to sign your name somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I remember I doing that like on a beech tree when I was a kid. You know, put your initials on a beech tree. You know.
Yeah, I saw you had something over there, right? And I didn't know if I should write on that.
Oh yeah, there's a Facebook. Yeah, you can write in there.
Oh, I didn't know. See, I don't want to vandalize anything in the museum. You know.
That's why I tell people I point this out because we got a guest book over there. So
Okay.
And I know a lot of people don't see it.
Yeah,
Unless I
no,
point it
no,
out, so.
you really can't see it.
No.
I mean, you can walk right by, and like I said,
Yeah.
I filmed
Yep.
all the old.
It's the odd person that actually catches it. You know, most
Yeah.
people don't see it at all.
That's amazing though because it's original.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
real. It's stand the test of time.
Exactly,
Which
exactly.
really blows my mind because
Yeah.
a lot of younger generation don't know there was a lot before them.
Exactly. And when you see this, it's like
It's
you
like
know,
it brings it to real.
exactly.
It does.
Yeah.
American history is like fascinating if you really sit down and
Yeah, you
watch
know,
it.
being that we live here, and you know, it's like it's
There's
like,
one thing I never did and I really want to do is the Revolutionary War reenactments.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'd
we're
love
going to do
that.
one next year here.
Really?
We're going to be doing the Battle of the Flockey. The
Really?
Battle of the Flockey took place in the upper part of the valley here.
Uh-huh.
In 1777, I want to say.
Cool.
It's attributed as being the first cavalry charge in the
Really?
nation.
So when is that going to happen next year?
I believe they're going to schedule it for August next
August?
year.
Okay.
I mean, there'll be more on our website.
Do you
next
want? Would
week.
you mind if I film you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you can film me. I don't know. I mean, you
Well,
put me on the spot now.
well, yeah, well,
But, you know.
Well, yeah, this is a gentleman that does reenactments in this part of the Schoharie County Stone Fort.
Yep.
And he's been telling me lots of good things, and I've been very knowledgeable. He's been very knowledgeable telling me, and I've been really learning a lot. As you can see, I'm a little bit flabbergasted because when I get put on the spot being learning stuff, I sometimes don't get my words in and out. But
Well,
Yeah.
We've had a very good day here, and we've enjoyed having people visit.
And I can't wait to hear the Declaration of Independence. I
Yeah.
want to hear that because that's something that is something I'm not experienced. So
Right, yeah. So it's something when you hear it read out loud as well. You know,
Yeah.
it brings it more.
it's
real
more
to it.
impactful.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was just wanting to put you on because you're a voice in the background.
Well, thank you.
You're
Yeah,
very
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, you too.
Call that just to put that for prosperity right there.
There you go.
There you go. That means a lot right there. Try to
really
think about
does.
doing that today, people.
The best one, well, yeah, my tone is, I'm not hitting tones a little bit right
the
now.
embouchure holes are a lot more exacting on those things than even a D flute.
Well, these are very primitive, you know, very basic.
Yep.
Who made this one?
Ferrari, Mr. Ferrari, he's not alive anymore.
Okay.
This one's, I think it's B minor, and the other one is a C. I can't, but they fingered the same.
So this, yeah, you play the same fingering you just played. So this is B flat, I think.
I believe so.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
And piccolo is the closest sound I get to.
Right.
Oh, we got it.
Can I just get a zoom in of that?
What's that?
Can I get a zoom in of that?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Because that's a classic one, right?
It's a reproduction.
Original reproduction.
Yeah.
Okay, but it looks almost the original almost.
Yeah, this is F is for Ferrari. There's a guy
Ferrari.
named it's a Ferrari fife. So if I'm out at reenactments, I've had people come across the encampment. Civil War, I did a lot of Civil War reenactment. They come across you know, 10,000 reenactors. Someone you're playing a Ferrari fife. I could tell from across the.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
They're strong.
Was he based in New York or?
I'm not sure.
Well, he's passed away anyway. So.
I was in a fife and drum corps, so my boys were drummers, tension snare drummers.
Nice.
I put them in a fife and drum corps to learn, and the ladies there said, you know, we'll play the fife, and I'm like, I'm musically retarded. So I like to say I learned to play the fife badly, but I succeeded.
Well, that was the same. So right
But,
there with you.
You know, so fife and drum corps, there's musters. There's strong in Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, parts of New York. Some of them guys are playing 3 parts, and you know, stuff that wasn't. You're playing, you know, very sophisticated versions of historical music.
Right.
Which sometimes when I listen to recordings of it, I don't really like it because some of the parts are dissonant with each other. It's hard to.
Yeah.
But and I like the I'm kind of more of a purist on the old.
Well, they wouldn't have been doing all that fancy stuff back in the day.
Well, so
You know.
there's one place. There's a guy, Bruce and Emmett, George. I think it's Daniel Emmett and George Bruce. They were in the regular U.S. Army before the Civil War, just at the outbreak of the Civil War. They had a musician school on Governor's Island. So their music is extremely sophisticated. Lots of ornamentation, played very, very fast. Fifing in the Rev War period tend to be slower, simpler, more functional. Not that so, but even in the Civil War, you had all these volunteer units coming in and drummer boys and fifers that weren't Bruce and Emmett. So you do have a gamut. But yeah, it's cool. I picked it up a couple years ago when I saw the 250th was coming up, and they asked me to be a trustee here. So I said, I got to get my fife back out. So I'm still trying to get back to where I was 25 years ago. There's no end cork in there. There's a cork right there.
Oh yeah, okay, it's right up against there. Okay, yeah.
And you can adjust that with a dowel and change your pitch a little bit. So if you're okay. So what you would do is adjust that a little bit to try to get, improve the